Hey everybody, this is the Andrea show. We just got into a heated argument about gun control. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry if my lipstick's messed up, but listen, I don't care about my looks. When I tell you that I will never be for you or anybody having their guns above children's safety, okay? To me, safety comes before your guns. And the mere fact is, in our country, the United States of America, we have the worst gun laws. Don't make me share my sources because I will. 500 people die a day due to gun violence. Okay? Millions of people die every year because of gun related incidences. And you care, not carry, and carry, no pun intended, so much about your guns that you could care less about the safety of children. That bothers me. So I don't see our friends here just yet for some reason. Maybe they don't have the code. I will double check. Oh, that's why. All right, so they can't come in this one because they don't have the code for this one. But let me tell you this. I'm just going to put this on my own TikTok. And don't worry, you guys, I will open up a new one. But let me just share this information with our community. Okay, let me show you guys something. And yes, I'm Googling it. And let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with Googling anything. I'm so sick and tired of this whole, like, oh, you're a Google educator. Like, don't go there. Google has the sources, okay? And I never go by one Google search. I always look at multiple sources, and I love .govs, okay? I love .edu. So trust me, I did go to college, okay? I might not have finished my degree like Candace Owens, but I did go to college, and I do know how to research, if you will. And Google is a credible source, so let's not do that here. But let me just give you some gun statistics before I have a fun Zoom with our friends on TikTok. It's very important to know gun statistics. Look at here. There are more than 393 million guns in circulation in the United States. 393 million guns, you guys? 393 freaking million guns. I don't even know that there's that many people in Connecticut. You really need that many guns? Okay. 120.5 guns for every 100 person or people. 1.7 million children live with, and this is what I was telling you guys, 1.7 million children live with unlocked loaded guns. And this is what I said, 1 out of 3 homes with kids have guns. They're unlocked and they're not safe. In 2015, 2,824 children ages 0 to 19 years died from gunshots. An additional 13,723 were injured. Okay, so you want to sit there and judge me because I Googled it. Well, look, here's a freaking .gov for you. Our .gov's not credible for you. Look at this. Firearm mortality by state. Okay, these are facts here, you guys. Look at this. Alabama, what's popping off, man? 21.8 deaths. Okay. Arizona, 15.3. Alaska, 21. What is it? You guys don't have enough sunlight? Probably. Okay. Look, Connecticut, the state I live in, 4.9. That's not bad. 4.9. And it says death rate, click for ranks. I guess you got it. So let's try the state that I live in. Oh, okay. So I'm talking about the death rank. 4.9, but I'm sorry, but let's talk about the number, right? Because I'd rather talk about the number. Death clicks for ranking 37 in Rhode Island. What year is this? 2018. Let's get a more, okay, so they don't have 2019 or 20. But listen, that wasn't that long ago, right? 37 deaths in Rhode Island, 258 deaths in Mass. What are y'all doing out there? Hawaii, where I'm originally from, 59 deaths. I didn't even know they had guns in Hawaii. New York, 821. Things are popping off. Okay, but let me tell you this. California, 2018, 3,040 deaths. Okay, obviously California seriously has some gun issues. Where else? Texas, of course, the gun-loving state. Let's see, in 2018, 3,522 people. Okay, anything poke out to you guys? Oh, look at that. Tennessee, another red state, another gun loving state. You know what this proves? That the states that people love their guns, more people die. All right. Oh, look at that. In Alabama, another red state, 1,064. Listen, you guys, it is proven that if you have a gun, you're more likely to kill yourself or someone you love than anybody else. You want to risk that in children? It's unacceptable. All I'm saying is safety over guns. That's all I'm saying. I'll go ahead and pull up one more because y'all got me going on TikTok, and I'm not going to end this until I get my point across. Okay, it's good to know these. Look at this: 1.7 million children live with unlocked loaded guns. We already talked about that, right? In 2015, 2,824 children, we already talked about that, have died. Listen, even injured, 13,723 were injured. Okay, so you don't have to die, but listen, that's more people getting injured due to this freaking tool that was supposed to use to protect people, but people are dying. Okay, there's some other statistics in here that I just want to point out. Among suicide victims recurring hospital treatment, suicide attempts with a firearm are much more deadly than attempts by jumping or drug poisoning. So if you were thinking that suicide was a good idea, which it's not, you're more likely to obtain that goal with a gun than with not. You understand? So 90% die compared to 34% and 2% respectively. Okay, these are statistics. Okay, these are facts. Okay, in states with increased gun availability, the red states, death rates from gunshots for children were higher than the states with less availability. Listen, this is common knowledge. You got more tools, the more people are going to use them, right? So what else points out? More than 75% of the first and second graders know where their parents keep their firearms, and 36% admitted handling weapons, contradicting their parents' reports. So can parents lie? Absolutely. They say that they keep their guns in safe spaces. They don't. All right. So how many of these children are going to accidentally kill themselves or kill someone else? Okay. We don't know. Why risk it? Okay. So there's just so much here. Look at this. Oh, Sandy Hook. I told you guys, I literally worked at a hotel and checked in the families from Sandy Hook. I personally have an experience with Sandy Hook. I live in Connecticut. I met the grandparents. I met the parents. They were in my hotel. I'm telling you, Sandy Hook is not a conspiracy, that these kids and these teachers are dead because somebody did not protect their guns in a safe space. All right. And it took not only the perpetrator's life, but even the parent's life. Okay, so you want to risk your life and other people's lives by not wanting to be a part of the reforms that are much in most overdue. Okay, not more, but they're overdue, right? So Sandy Hook School in Newtown, Connecticut. In 2012, I was here. Adam Lanza reportedly fired more than 150 shots in less than 5 minutes from his assault rifle with a high capacity magazine. Let me tell you something. Our president, and I do mean our President Biden, wants to ban assault rifles. Kyle Rittenhouse, a 17-year-old, should have never had access to an AR-15 with militias, but he did. And because of that, multiple white people died. Want to talk about white on white crime? Let's do it. Okay, so the statistics keep going on. In 2013, following the Sandy Hook shooting, from President Barack Obama issued an executive order calling for the CDC to conduct or sponsor research into the causes of gun violence and the ways to prevent it. Okay, all he had to do was call me. Okay, and I would have made sure it would have got done, because I would tell everybody in America, I'm sorry, give me your gun. I'm going to confiscate it, and I'm going to make sure everybody has psychological evaluations. I'm going to make sure that your guns are in safe spaces. And yes, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to shop every house. And the minute your gun is not in a safe space, especially if there's children, you lose your gun privileges. There should not be any tolerance for leniency with gun holders. I'm sorry. You have an obligation when you decide to have a gun, okay? Because that gun could hurt not only your life, but everybody's life. You are a liability if you have a gun. So with that said, I'm going to end it with this. In 2014, there were 1,217 firearms-related injuries in Pennsylvania. My friend Sean, PA. Almost half of these were in person under 25 years old. So I'm telling you guys, these are young people making these mistakes. Almost half 532 of all firearm-related injuries in Pennsylvania occurred in Philadelphia County. The firearm mortality rate at Pennsylvania is 12 per 100,000 people, slightly higher than the national average and higher than any other neighborhood states. In Pennsylvania, suicide and homicide accounts for over 96% of all firearm-related deaths, according to the data collected in 2010-2014. Self-injury at Pennsylvania by firearm is fatal 91% of the time. So you have to understand, it's not only about safety pertaining to the children, which I more so advocate for, but also pertaining to your life. How many spouses decide they don't want to go through the worst case, don't want to go through a child support case, don't want to go through an argument, don't want to deal with you, and decide to take you out and then take themselves out or take everybody out? I'm sorry. Safety over your guns. That's all. This is the Andrea Show. That's all I got to say. I'm out. Period. Period.